Good evening, everybody. How goes it? Matt here as always. Yeah, tunes on. I've actually set up a poll on the stream. This is kind of the only music right now that I can play for free without the stream being removed or the video being removed afterwards. So I've actually created a poll this week. It's basically a yes or no music, yes or no. I don't know if it's annoying, too loud, too quiet. Might not be to everyone's taste, but perhaps something in the background is kind of handy. But you guys let me know. There should be a live Scoutcast this week to stop you watching Liverpool's season being derailed. I don't think it'll be live. Have to see if there's going to be one. A little quieter. I can barely hear it in my headphones. I put it a little quieter. I'd love Westlife too, but as soon as I put Westlife on, this will be this live stream will be pulled, I think. This is the beer we've gone with today. There's actually a Christmas market in Galway every year. This is the only beer they sell in the German beer tent. Just one kind, that's all you can get. Whiskey? No way. Imagine if I had this glass full of whiskey, that'd be ridiculous. This stuff's pretty strong actually. Give it an hour, I'll be on the floor. Music's good for waiting around, but not good as background. Yeah, I did think about that. Putting it up and just while the intro card's on and then getting rid of it. I can kill the music, like I'm not bothered either way. It's really up to you guys. Alright, chill out Andy, chill out. If everyone wants it off, we'll get it off. Just gonna see how high I can see the results of the poll. There was a way for me last week to see the results, but for some reason right now I can't see them. I think I have to reload my own video, which is super annoying. Will the Scoutcast be on at the same time as the games? I don't think so. To be honest, I don't know when it's going to be this week, so keep an eye out on Twitter, basically, and the site. Oh yeah, balls, I need to... Sorry, we'll start chatting FPL in a sec. I'm just trying to set everything up a minute. Wait for a few more people to join. Bit of clicking, I'm afraid. Random question, but if an FPL team was full of 15 players who were all sold in January transfer window, would it just be an empty team? I have no idea. I assume so. I don't know what happens if a player completely gets removed from the game. Obviously, you'll be forced to transfer him. Okay, some people like the music, some people don't. Obviously, that was always going to happen, I think. Player completely gets removed from the game. Obviously, you'll be forced to transfer. Oh shit! Sorry. Oh wow, 75% saying yes, but I don't know how many people have voted. Which is a bit annoying. Can you even hear the music? Like in my headphones, I can barely hear it at all. Well, JC, it's not completely confirmed that Liverpool will have no blanks, right? It's still a possibility. "15 red flagged players." That was my first thought, but did they not get completely removed from the game, or do they stay with their points? I guess they probably stay, right? Just so you can see kind of who scored the points in the team that year. I better not show my Twitter feed for too long. It's basically just Donald Trump with a little bit of FPL thrown in. Newcastle Brown Ale here. Very nice. Don't know if I've had that actually. Don't know if I've tried it. Went through a phase of just like having one of each beer when I was out on a few nights, but now I kind of stick to whatever I know or love. Someone asked me earlier if I was worried about Mkhitaryan's minutes. Slightly, I suppose, but he didn't play in the League Cup, I don't think, at all. He certainly didn't start, so I'm thinking he's going to play in the Premier League. I'm not too worried, to be honest. Individual here, are you basically going to stick with 100% confirmed teams in Gameweek 28, or still getting short-term players? Well, this week I've already actually got in Ali. This will probably be the last week where unless my team gets stuck, it's probably the last week where I actually make a transfer like that. For now, I need to start planning. I've got 5 players that are going to blank in Gameweek 26, all outfield players, so that's going to screw me a little bit. I've not seen any more on Van Arnold. It's one of those transfers that seems like it's going to go through. It's just a matter of time. Like, it's not like Griezmann to Man United where that'll be going on for the next 8 months and it'll never happen. Van Arnold seems like it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Could be a nice pick, 5 million. Okay, fixtures. Then we got Brunt at the same price. I wish this poll would tell me how many people have voted. But it's pretty big in favour of yes for the music. Oh yeah, I better get my team up. So this is me for this week. I think I actually did the transfer last Sunday when I was streaming. So I've gotten rid of Hazard. And now Ali's in. I kind of wish I kept Hazard, but I feel like I need one of the 3 good Spurs attackers this week. Okay, let me pop the chat out here. How's it going, TM? Yeah, PVA for a double game week. That'd be interesting. So I set the poll up for the music thing just after the stream started. So if you open the stream straight away, you might not see it. You may need to refresh. There's a little eye in the top right hand corner of the stream. Just click that and you can vote. You can tell me what you hate. So I could put the poll on Twitter and just 5 people voted, that's it, okay. It's probably not a good representation then. I thought about putting the poll on Twitter, but then people will just vote who don't watch it, so pretty pointless really. I mean, to be honest, poll or not, I'm not going to get a 100% answer either way, so some people are going to be unhappy. Now you see it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's quite a small eye. I don't know how to make it any more prominent, really. How's it going, Illusions? So, with the, who is it, Swansea and Hull now not having a blank in 28, I think Sigurdsson's going to be very popular soon. And obviously, Town Carroll, I can see 3-4-3 making a comeback pretty quick. Maybe even Tom Carroll as a 5th mid and a 3-5-2, possibly. We'll have to see. That would obviously free up quite a bit of money. You've got 3 yellow flags this weekend. Friend, Aguero and Kane. How's it going, Jose Mourinho? Congrats on the win today. All 75%. So I think Kane's going to be okay. And I think Aguero will be too. But obviously you can just wait for press conferences. Friend, I can't remember what his injury was. I don't know if that's going to be a longer one. But I think Kane and Aguero will be okay. Unless anyone in the chat's seen something I haven't. Jakupovic, yeah. Could be good. I mean, Game Week 28 could be such a headache because, yes, there's players we might want in from the teams that aren't going to blank that we already know of, but let's be honest, we wouldn't be looking at them, or most of them, if it wasn't for the blanks. So, if all the big teams blank, I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Imagine if Chelsea, Spurs, United and Arsenal all blank. Well, we've got Liverpool players you could go to. But you don't want to flood your team with players you don't want long term as well. Okay, cool. So Friend has been confirmed out apparently. What am I doing with Sanchez? Keeping him and captaining him. Don't really see any issues with Sanchez. I know that Giroud might be hindering him a bit. Obviously, he come on the FA Cup, played well. But he's still scoring. Like, he hasn't... I think he's blanked once since that big haul. And we might even see Giroud benched. It'll be really interesting to see what Wenger does with Walcott. Oh, okay. What am I doing with Sanchez? I guess because of the blank. If he just blanks 26, then I would probably keep... If he blanks 26 and 28, if any player blanks 26 and 28, especially that price, I will probably get rid. Because, hang on a sec, I've not actually checked the fixture in between. Oh yeah, so his blank's already been taken out. Do they usually do that? Don't they keep 26 there and then just have like a blank here? Is that new or am I just going crazy? I don't know. Maybe I'm just going crazy. But yeah, so he's got, so potentially he misses 26, misses 28, and then it's Liverpool away. I expect Arsenal to score there, but it's not going to be a rout, I don't think. So someone says I'm going crazy. Someone's saying it's new. Yeah, I think it's new. I think usually they show Game Week 26 and they have it blanked out, maybe. It's actually a bit annoying. I'd like how it is now. Not the end of the world. Yeah, Arsenal are not playing Game Week 26. In fact, Game Week 26 has been confirmed now all round, I think. I think United are the same. Yeah. So United, Arsenal, City and Southampton all not playing Game Week 26. That's confirmed. The only thing we don't know, obviously, is when they're going to be rearranged for 100%. Sanchez won't score versus Poole. He could. Don't know if Liverpool are that good at the back, really, are they? 11.9 million for a winger is not worth it. Yeah, but let's... The thing is, I know like money is a bit tighter this year, but you've got to spend it at some point, right? I mean, so since that haul, that's when I got him in. He hasn't blanked once. Now these numbers are obviously quite low, but he's still scored 11. He's got a big haul in him. I don't know, I can't remember what price I bought him at actually. Oh, that's not what I need. Let's have a look. Yeah, I got my 11.5, so it's not the biggest deal to me to get rid of him. So Mr. says, bought Sanchez at 11 million, yeah, it's a bit different to me. You don't want to sell him for the blanks because you'll lose the profit, what do you think? So, obviously you only lose that if you want to get him back straight away. Chances are if he blanks once, or even if he... Well, sorry, if he blanks twice, and maybe even if he blanks once, he's going to go down in price. So if you bought him at 11, he's 11.9. You've got basically 11.4 to sell him at. So that's 0.5 million more if you sell him and get him back straight away. But he's going to drop in price, so it might not be that bad. If that makes sense. Though maybe even confuse myself trying to explain it as I went through. Thing is, it's all well and good saying he's a winger, but Walcott's back now. We do not know if Giroud is going to stay up front. I said it on the video yesterday. I didn't actually triple check, but I don't think Walcott's missed a game this year where he hasn't been injured. So he could come straight back into the team. If not this week, then maybe the week after. And Sanchez to go up front. Iwobi's still there. Welbeck on the left, maybe. I mean, I've got Giroud, and I'm worried. I think he's going to play this week. I have enough... maybe it's just wishful thinking, but enough hope that he's going to play this week to not worry about getting rid of him. I've got 3.1 million banked, so I've got options with him. Yeah, Arsenal will probably blank in 28 as well. In fact, let's pull up Ben's thing a sec. Might actually try and get Ben on the stream at some point. Okay, yeah, so this is his probabilities. This is all based on the odds of them going through, etc. Obviously, a lot of this could change tomorrow once we see the draw. I mean, you say like Arsenal get drawn against Man United, then we know that one of them's not going to blank. No, Andy. No what? What did I say? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so the big teams look like they could blank. I mean, that's a pretty high percentage chance. We'll have to see what the draw is. I will be the one to be dropped. If it's the thing we don't know. Like Sanchez goes back up front, that leaves Welbeck, Iwobi, Chamberlain, and Walcott for the 2 wing spots with Ozil at number 10. Oh, sorry, he's talking to Andy in the chat. Oh yeah, very unlikely we'll see the Arsenal lineup. I thought I said something wrong there, and I was like, what? What did I say? Not even had half a pint yet, but I'm already forgetting. Should have bought Lukaku, not Giroud. Maybe. He's a bit unlucky with Giroud getting injured in the first game. Obviously didn't do anything in the last one against Burnley. Welbeck to go striker. Don't know about that. Maybe I also didn't see the Arsenal game. But I'm not convinced he comes straight back in and plays striker. Opinions of Liverpool assets. So yeah, I wasn't that interested when Coutinho came back, and I suppose right now I'm still not that interested, but Mane coming back makes him slightly more appealing. The good thing is, if they don't blank, then we've got a couple of games where we probably don't want, like I don't really want them in for Chelsea or Spurs. So that gives me maybe 3 games to assess them. See if they're doing well again once he's back. What am I doing with Mkhitaryan after Hull? That depends a lot on what he does against Hull. If he can I want to keep him. If he can finally get me some points, I'll probably keep for Leicester away and Watford at home. So I think they're nice fixtures. But obviously then it's the blank. I mean, the player I'd probably want in is Eriksen, I suppose. But I can get Eriksen in for Morales if I wanted to. So for now I'm keeping Mkhitaryan. Hopefully you'll all have your fingers crossed that he does something for me. He scored today. He also missed a really good chance. I like this Andy, nice and personal. Yeah, it's just me drinking beer, talking shite. That's the appeal. Apparently. Sanchez or Ibra captain. I think I'm going Sanchez. I know we put 4 past Wigan today, but it's only Wigan. Yeah. I don't know. Obviously, I want Ibra to do it. It's not like he's done badly. Like last game was the first time he's blanked in like what was it, 7 weeks, something like that. I just think Watford and Hull are both bad. I think Sanchez and Ibrahimovic are both good options. And Sanchez gets those extra points. So I think I would captain Sanchez. Are you not tempted by Dele? I am a bit. I mean, it'd probably be a really nice differential when it comes to captain. I think when Sanchez has got the home game, Ali's got the away. I know they've been doing well away, but yeah, I think it's going to be Sanchez for me. He's done well for me. I'm kind of quite boring when it comes to captain picks. I don't try and look for something different. Like, to me, Sanchez was the main man straight away. I wouldn't try and talk someone out of going for a Spurs player. Sunderland look awful. But I will be going Sanchez, I think. If it was later in the season, I'd probably go Ali. But there's still a fair few weeks left to go. Don't need to go too different just yet. Which is very boring of me, I know. Yeah, obviously the Kane doubt is going to put doubts in your mind. But we'll hopefully know about that from the press conferences. Get rid of that music, it's annoying. I can actually barely even hear it. Maybe there's a point of having it on. Let me see what the votes are at. 64% say yes. Although I can't see how many have voted, so I don't know how you guys can. Probably just being very stupid. Is it mad that I'm considering transferring in KDB for Hazard? I don't think it's mad. I think if Ali was the same price as KDB, you probably wouldn't be considering it though. If that makes sense. I think because KDB and Hazard are a similar price, it's easy just to look for that player. KDB he's a really good player. Obviously, City have been a bit strange this season, but the next 3 fixtures are good. Well, actually, next kind of 5 fixtures are really good. But he do have that blank in 26 as well. I went Ali, right? I could have gone De Bruyne, but I went Ali. But De Bruyne could be a nice differential for you. I mean, Ali's in by like 25% of all players now. Should Walcott be considered now? Yes. I mean, I've actually already got Walcott in 3 times this year. 3 separate transfers in. I didn't start with him. 7.4 million, that looks like a bargain. The only problem is we can't say for sure he's going to start against Watford. There's a possibility he might. And if he doesn't, then the first game's Chelsea away, which isn't good. And obviously Hull at home is nice, but then there's a blank. So I think you have to hold off getting Walcott in. Even though I can definitely see the appeal. I think he could. The thing is, you get him in now and he doesn't play against Watford, or he just makes a bench appearance, and that's going to really annoy you with Chelsea up next. Especially away from home. We know how tight they've been this season. QVC with the music. What should I be selling? Getting Alonso at 5.9. Highlight of the season. Yeah, I got him in the week he scored his first goal for a hit, so that was really nice. Hazard to Ali this week. Have Ericsson or save? I mean, I still think Hazard to Ali is a good move, even if you have Ericsson, but you might want to wait for more blank news, maybe. I mean, Liverpool away, Arsenal home are not great. Burnley away could be annoying for Chelsea to break them down as well. And Arsenal didn't do a great job at it. Or they were even at home, weren't they? Yeah, they were actually at home and struggled. I think Burnley are better at home, so... Yeah, here though, if they don't blank in 28, I mean, I want Hazard back here. Maybe even get Costa too. Oh, you had Chadley when he got 21 points. Very nice. Am I keeping Holobas? For now, yeah, because I don't need to play him this week, and I wasn't going to anyway. And he's got Burnley at home. That's an okay fixture. Yeah, I could do Holobas to Baines, but I don't think I need to do that for a hit. Who do Watford play? Chelsea, so yeah, they're going to probably blank. I mean, I want to get Baines in at some point. I looked at it last week for a hit, didn't do it. I could do it again this week for a hit, but if you look at my defence, I'm not going to bench Alonso. I could play Baines ahead of Brunt maybe, but I don't think Middlesbrough away is the worst fixture to play West Brom defender in. Obviously Jones at home, he didn't play today. I'd say he's going to play in the league. Yeah, not disagreeing. Baines is a great pick. Just not one for me right now. You've transferred Chadley in this week as a differential over Phillips. Oh yeah, I saw you say that. It could work out. I mean, Chadley looked great earlier in the season. Maybe only for a few weeks, but he did look really good. Who's looking forward to the Royal Rumble? I haven't watched WWE in years. Yeah, there's a really, if you remember, there's a really nice members article on Coleman versus Baines on Fantasy Football Scout. I still think I'd go Baines, but there's some really good arguments for Coleman too, especially if they stick 3-2. I mean, 3-5-2 actually helps me out with Morales as well, because it means it's more likely to play forward. I loved his positioning on the last game when he was ahead of Lukaku. The worst thing he did was Kabul. Jesus. Yeah, Bournemouth defender could be an option. Someone like Daniels. Don't know what their fixture's like actually. Let's have a quick look. The thing is, I don't want to start getting players in just because they got no blanks. So I'd also like to see if there's better options that aren't going to blank. I mean, what I'd really like to do is save a transfer next week. But you know what? You know what happens when you think you're going to save the transfer? Everyone gets injured, or suspended, or whatever. Yeah, Palace at home is nice, but then 3 away games in the next 4, and Man City at home is not great. Just to have someone that's not going to blank. I mean, to be fair, the fixture in 28, 29 are okay, but don't know. Snodgrass or Morales? Yeah, Snodgrass is an interesting one, because he could go there now, because it looks like Payet is going to go through that transfer, so he could be on free kicks and corners. He's not going to get penalties. With Carroll to aim at, 5.7 million. Could be nice. Yeah, Daniels is expensive now, 5.3. Worth a hit to lose Lovren for FM. I don't know who FM is. Fosu Mensah? I don't know. Probably someone very obvious that I can't think of right now. You won't be saving a transfer when you have Giroud. That is a very good point. I think I am going to get... Yeah, no, you're right. I think I'm going to get rid after this game because there's no way I can guarantee he's going to play against Hull. And Chelsea away is not great. So I will probably bring in Lukaku next week. So yeah, maybe we'll save a transfer the week after. Good point, Jack. Oh, Funes Mori. I don't know if that's worth a hit. Yeah, so that would be getting Lukaku in for Bournemouth at home, Middlesbrough away, Sunderland at home. That looks pretty nice to me. I mean, that set of fixtures there, that's really nice, to be honest. And he's not even that much more, really, as well, so that would still leave me... Just have a look at my own team for a second. That'll still leave me 2.1 million in the bank. So I can do, don't know really. Mkhitaryan to Sigurdsson maybe. And then Morales to Ericsson. I don't know. Options though. Yeah, I think Lukaku will come in. I may actually get rid of Mkhitaryan for Tom Carroll. Eventually, I don't know when. After I've saved those 2 free transfers. That I've already lost thanks to Jack. Yeah, I mean 6.8 million, that's a couple of nice upgrades somewhere. I don't know, but yeah, Giroud to Lukaku will probably be next week, we'll see. Would I rather Funes Mori and Lukaku or Coleman / Baines plus Defoe? Hang on, how much is he? Oh, he's 4.6. Okay, I didn't realise he's that cheap. He's mostly playing, isn't he? I think I prefer the one with Lukaku, but I do wonder if there's a better option than Funes Mori, which I can't think of right now. But there must be someone. Defenders at 4.6. Me? Oh, Chambers, shame he's got injured. Will I dump Alexis? If he blanks 26 and 28, then yeah, I'll get rid of him in 26, I think. Because the fixture in between is... I checked already, I think it's Liverpool. Away? Yeah. Siggy or Morales? Can I say I don't know? I like Sigurdsson. I just, I think the fixtures are pretty poor right now. I mean, my preference is, this is what I'm looking at, is bringing him in around here, 27. I mean, yes, he's always got free kicks, penalties, etc. But I don't know if these fixtures are the best. I think they'll do okay against Southampton, but how many goals are they going to score? Don't know. Morales has got nice fixtures right from now. But obviously doesn't have set pieces, and he does come off early, but he is $1 million cheaper. I don't know, that's tough, that one. For the long term, like talking like 8 weeks plus or whatever, I think Sigurdsson's probably the man. If you want to get someone in for now, who also isn't going to blank, then Morales is probably the better pick. But I don't think you can ever knock Sigurdsson. I think I made a mistake getting rid of him. That's done now. And to be fair, I actually did Sigurdsson to Morales, so there you go. What price did I buy Sanchez? Yeah, I bought him at 11.5, so it's probably an easier decision to get rid of him. He's 11.9 right now. If he blanks, he's not going to stay there, so that 0.4 million gap from selling him will definitely reduce. Tempted by Gray, but the fixtures aren't great for them, are they? I mean, the teams are nice that they're playing, but they're all away games. I'm still not sure about Burnley. Harry Maguire's stats are so good. 7 attempts in the last 4. Everyone's talking about Harry Maguire these days. You bought him at 10.9. Yeah, that is tough, but if he's going to blank 26 and 28, then you've got a very expensive player you're benching for 2 weeks, and then the third one, like I say, is Liverpool away. I mean, think about the way this season's going with price drops. Oh, actually, TM could tell you now, he'll get red flagged when he blanks, I think. So, does that mean when he gets removed that his price is locked? Someone can correct me. I think he'll get red flagged when he blanks. But anyway, we've seen how prices change this year. So if Sanchez is going to be sold, he's going to be sold quickly, I think, when he blanks. Okay, they don't get red flags. Fair enough. So that's even worse. When people notice that he's not playing. No, I'm saying when the blanks are when 25 finishes and we're going into 26, and Sanchez is going to blank, will he be red flagged? Okay, no flag. Cool. Mane and Lukaku and Coleman, Pedro Aguero and Fren. Definitely A. Don't think Aguero is worth it. Lukaku looks good, Coleman looks good. Mane, I'm not sure about him, but I know you like him, so... Okay, cool, yeah, confirm. No flag for blanks. So his price could just freefall then. I mean, he's going to be out for 1 week and then Liverpool away. Half of FPL would be flagged. Yeah, that's a good point. So he could drop 0.3 in the first week. So even if you got him at 10.9, he's 11.9 straight away. That's 0.3 you don't have to pay back. And plus, if you got him at 10.9, now he's 11.9, you have, what, $500,000 extra? So he could drop 0.5, so you'd be fine. Again, I hope that makes sense. I don't think I'm explaining that very well. City clean sheets with company back. Yeah, don't know about that. I think it might be partly the way they play as well as the personnel on the back line. You're so behind on the blanks, assuming we want to go all out on Everton and West Brom. So I mean, Everton look like a good bet because they don't blank and their fixtures are good. Same with West Brom actually, but I think the biggest difference is, let's have a look after the blank. Yeah, I mean 3 of the next 5 fixtures after the blank are okay for Everton. Obviously Man United away and Liverpool away aren't great, whereas I think for West Brom they get pretty bad. Yeah, Arsenal, United, then an away game against Watford, Liverpool and Man City in the next 6. So I'd be careful. The thing you want to keep an eye on is just see who else is going to blank, which we won't know yet. But just try and keep your option opens rather than getting a load of players that you might not want long term. Caballero and goal, yeah. Don't think Bravo is up to much really. Lallana and Friend to Phillips and Baines sounds good to me, especially if it's not for a hit. To be honest, even if it is for a hit, could be good long term. Obviously, just bear in mind with Lallana that Mane is back now, so that could be a good thing. But Chelsea at home next and Spurs at home afterwards, like within 3 weeks. It's not looking good for them fixture-wise. Yeah, there's not much love in the chat for City clean sheets. This beer is good, by the way. Just in case anyone wondered. You wouldn't double on Everton defence. Well, it depends who. I mean, if it's Coleman and Baines, I don't see a huge issue with that. Kapui, Mbakani, Lana and Origi might be dropping tonight. I mean, Holgate could be a good enabler in the Everton defence. Obviously, we're relying on playing 3-5-2 there, but they're looking good with that, so could keep it up. Lallana to Zaha. Yeah, Zaha is an interesting one because the fixtures are okay, but they can't buy a win at the moment. Now, he was kind of the attacking spark before he went to the African Cup of Nations, so And at that price, it's kind of a risk you can take. You're not getting in someone straight away who's like 8-9 million, going to take up a chunk of your budget. Yeah, it's a good point actually about Everton defenders. So obviously, I'm going to lock. I've got Morales and I want to get Lukaku, so I'm kind of locking myself in. I can only get one more Everton player. I need to kind of check which defenders aren't going to back. Obviously, Brunt not blanking is great. Rest of my defence could look dodgy. Good evening, Eskimo. Forget enablers. Yeah, no, that's a good point, obviously. But I think if they're going to keep 3-5-2, then Holgate looks good, right? I mean, yes, I want rid of Holobas long term, but I can afford to bench him this week. And he's got Burnley at home, so he got me a clean sheet last time I played him at home against Middlesbrough. I don't think Burnley's that worse a fixture. Obviously, the only problem is he'll probably pick up a yellow card because that's what he does. Can you make a video about Baines versus Coleman like the one you did about Ali versus Ericsson? I'm probably not going to do that video for a few reasons. One, I won't have it out before this game week, and I probably won't be able to do it before the next one. So that's already two more of their good fixtures that I can't do it for. And there's already some good sources out. If you check the comments in my last video, someone else asked that. It might have even been you. And I put a couple of links to both another video and Fantasy Football Scout article. It's very close between Baines and Coleman. In open play, Coleman looks the more attacking, but Baines is still creating nice chances. Coleman tends to get in the box more, but Baines has penalties. Lukaku will never be essential. And to be fair, most players aren't essential, so he's no different to 99% of all FPL players. We can't single him out on that one. Coleman's inform on FIFA is overpowered. Yeah, it looks nice. Well, is he? Well, Alexis suddenly isn't essential. I don't think. Not if he's blanking. Maybe up until the blank. And the great thing about like game week 28 could become a nightmare if all the big teams go through in the FA Cup. But imagine how good the double game week's going to be. If all the big teams blank in 28 because they're going to have double game weeks, then having team value could be really nice. Having really good team value. Zlatan to Costa eventually, yeah, possibly. All depends who's blanking and when, really. One thing I didn't check actually. So the teams blanking in 28 is going to be because the FA Cup quarterfinals. So when are the semi-finals? Because obviously there'll be 4 teams, potentially 4 Premier League teams blanking and get another game week. Is it game week 33 or 32? We must know that already. In fact, I can probably figure it out. Semis are 34. Are they? Wow, okay. So we could have double teams with doubles and teams with blanks. I suppose that's why last year we also had doubles in 37 as well, right? Because we had some blanks in 34, maybe. Maybe it was just when they could be rearranged. Jeez, it's going to be a nightmare, isn't it? The wildcard does look pretty essential for double game weeks. Either to get your team prepared or to sort out the mess afterwards. Okay, the midweek after 34 is 3. I hope we get another. Is there? Is it possible still that we could get an earlier double? I know sometimes you have. I think last year Everton had one. I think they had one that's slightly earlier than the rest. Is anyone considering wildcarding now? / the coming weeks? I'd say most people in this chat are not going to be considering that. There's too much uncertainty to wildcard now. What you might do is what... oh yeah, Everton and Palace last year in 33, I remember now. Yeah, I think I captain Lukaku. Yeah, what most people will do, which is where it gets a bit boring, I suppose, they'll wildcard in 34... in 33 or 36. And then in the double game week 34 or 37, they'll use their triple captain or bench boost. Mine went spectacularly wrong last year, my triple captain. I ended up doing Carroll. Bench boost did okay, but I think I overvalued it. I don't think it's worth as much as I originally thought. Yeah, Balassi, people were captaining him in 33. That didn't go too well. There's so many. There'll be a few different ways you can play the wildcards, but it's hard for anyone to confirm exactly when they're going to be doing it right now. There's just still too much uncertainty. Triple gaming is only possible if United proceed to the FA Cup semis and the League Cup. Oh, sorry, the Europa League finals. Yeah, okay. That would be cool though. I don't think I've ever played when there's been a triple game week. Finally be able to get that triple Man United attack in. Pogba, Mkhitaryan and Ibra. Maybe a cheeky punt on Martial. Triple game week would be huge. Although if they're triple, would it have to be in a separate week to 34? Or could they just have another match in 34? I mean, obviously the problem is, like, they're playing 3 games that quickly, chances are there'll be rotation. Martial, confidence gone. Yeah, but by the game week 36 triple game week, confidence might be back. Whenever it is, I don't know when it is. Exactly, yeah, everyone. Well, yeah, most people would triple captain Ibra. I suppose you could look for a differential. I mean, that's the other nice thing about double game weeks is because it's so late in the season, you can maybe take a risk if you're really chasing. Obviously, you might triple captain Andy Carroll and get 3 points. Oh, sorry. Let's get this bottle lid off. Schweinsteiger looked good today. Yeah, I think he started off a bit rusty. I caught a bit at the end of the first half and a bit of the second. He looked okay, but he's not going to start anytime soon. Did start off a bit rusty. Let's remember it was Wigan. Being a Man United fan, do you have difficulty choosing other players? No. So I probably... But to be fair, like last couple of years, I haven't really been picking Man United players because they've been awful. This year, okay, I've got 3, most people haven't, but I did think Mkhitaryan was a potential, nice differential, it didn't work out. But in terms of picking other players, I'll pick anyone, I don't care what team they play for. I don't have any Liverpool players right now because I don't think they're worth it. That might change in the next couple of weeks though. Earlier on in the season I had Lovren, Firmino and Coutinho. Like, way before other people were even doubling or tripling, so... Just don't have any because I don't have any. Being a Man United fan makes no difference, to be honest. I'll sell Ibra, yeah. If he blanks 2 game weeks, I think I'll probably sell him. There's other striker options to go for. I mean, none of the strikers really... Obviously, they're all doing better than Aguero, but then none of them really, at least to me, strike fear of me if I don't own them, if that makes sense. So, like, if Aguero was blanking, then playing, then blanking, in past seasons, I'd be really worried about that season, that game week where he wasn't blanking, thinking he could do really well. But if Ibra blanks and plays and blanks, I'm not going to worry too much about what he does in that single game week. That's not a Shane Long calendar. I'm going to show you what that is. Hang on a sec. Let me find the link. Oh shit, yeah, it's for last season, isn't it? It is from last year. I'll link it in chat. This is what it is. It's a blown up version of that. Coutinho 15-point week. Maybe. Look, I'm not... It could be wrong, you know? It's happened plenty of times before, but... Right now, the reason I don't have Liverpool players is because there's other players I want to get first. Not because I'm a Man United fan. If he gets 15 points, fair play. Oh, that beer's going to be too good. I'm not going to want to go to bed. Two streams ago, we had nearly 100 people watching at one point. That's awesome. Oh, by the way, if anyone's watching and haven't already subbed, make sure to sub and it'll let you know when I'm going live next time. I guess the next stream will probably be Friday. It's a problem with FPL. You can't be consistent every week because the game weeks change so much. But yeah, there's a game week on Saturday, so might do Friday, Sunday, Friday. See. Will I do a live stream during the games on Saturday? No, I'd like to do something like that. The problem is if I ever do that, okay. So first of all, doing it on a Saturday is really hard. Like it's too hard to do unless my missus is at work, so that makes it even harder. And there's only 1, 2, 3, 6 games on, like from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and then you got Chelsea and Arsenal before that, and Spurs afterwards. So that's really where the big assets are, which you kind of want to be streaming on when they're playing. But I'm not going to do 12:30 till 7:30 to catch all those games. For a start, if I was drinking beer, I'd be very drunk. But I do want to do it, so if there's another game week where they kind of all play at the same time, or maybe a midweek game day where they play like 7:45 and 8 o'clock, then I might do it. I would like to do that. It's just logistics of it are quite hard. The time I'm definitely eyeing that up is last game of the season, because they'll all play at the same time. Everyone will be playing. We'll all kind of be in positions in mini leagues where we want certain players to do well, etc., like any other week, but where it really matters. So, yeah, game week 38, I've already kind of penciled in to do that. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, because they all kick off at the same time, will any of them be on TV? Yeah, they will be on TV, won't they? So, obviously, some people might want to tune in because the matches are on, but maybe you can have FPL, me, and Jeff. You have to get 3 screens. But obviously, mute Jeff. Yeah, exactly. They'll pick and choose the games depending on who's in the race, etc. The meltdowns will be so good. I really hope I'm in the mini league, which really matters on the last day. It's obviously it's nice to wrap them up and win like money or whatever you've got riding on them. It's really nice to get down to the last day. I've been in that position before. Oh yeah, the mini league. Let's have a look. I'm really bad. I keep forgetting about this. I got awful memory. There is quite a lot. I don't know if there's any way to like tell without just counting them. Quite a few. I'm top. See how long that lasts. Let me find the code actually. Oh Jesus, I can't remember how to Someone remind me, how do I find the league code? I swear it's in it. Oh yeah, invite friends. It's going to be there, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, make sure to join up. Yeah, last day of the season, 3 o'clock kickoffs. That'd be cool. Maybe even do like a bumper stream, possibly start maybe just before the deadline. I wouldn't want to do it too far away, but maybe like set up at 1:30 or something, and then you got deadline, then you got lineups, which I suppose there won't be too many upsets in the lineups, but especially if there's still stuff to play for. And then go all the way through to the end and either drown our sorrows or celebrate. I just posted the code. Did I not? Yeah, there you go. You can use that code to join. Triple captain Peter Crouch, not a chance. Need rid of Peter Crouch now. Bahina's back potentially. Oh yeah, video description. I might need to update that. Oh yeah, it's in the description for this. Sorted. Post who's 14? Mine. Yeah, everyone starts from 0. Scoring will start this week. Then maybe next year, if this is still going, we can look at doing a head-to-head or something. Think about that in the off-season. But everyone will start from 0, yeah. Redmond Rich. Redmond's been in the team like the whole year though, right? So he's suddenly going to get ousted. Don't know, probably not scoring enough to be fair. TM will just win, yeah, he's doing pretty well. Much better than me, although I think I didn't get a green arrow, but I've been climbing slowly. I was quite near the bottom, like, after a few months of the season. I'm slowly climbing. I mean, I'm never going to beat TM, he's over 100 points clear of me now. If I can make top 10, that'd be nice, but it's going to be difficult. But you never know. I think like this month, doing pretty well. 6th. In December I was top, I think. Oh no, sorry, November it must have been. You want next season to start? Ah, come on. Plenty of time to go yet. We're all going to turn it around with the triple captains, etc. My good friend is wildcard in this game week. He's going 3. Oh, with 3 from Everton, West Brom, and Tottenham. Could be good. That's a lot to play every week, though. Triple ups from all that. I mean, Spurs look good. I might be tripling up on Everton soon, so I can't say too much against that. It depends what his current team is. So I mean, a lot of people, or a few people, have showed me their teams and asked me if they should wildcard. And their team's never bad enough to wildcard. I don't think, anyway. I don't think there's enough different players to get your team to justify a wildcard right now. Am I getting rid of the donkey next week? Oh, if you're referring to Giroud, that's a bit harsh. But yeah, probably. What is one thing next year for me to rank higher? Well, first of all, the season's not ended yet, so let's see where I end up. I mean, I'm 230k, which, yes, isn't bad, but there's some really good managers that are doing much worse than me. So, I mean, I'm still expecting to... I mean, I was worse ranked last year at this point. I finished on 90k, which isn't great, but I think I can beat that this year. I don't know what the one thing to do is, to be honest. I mean, to be honest, I should have probably been... In my first few seasons, I was much more aggressive. I'd always make my transfers early. I'd jump on bandwagons more often. I'd take hits. More recently, I try not to take hits. I'm a bit more patient. And to be honest, last year that didn't work. The year before it did. So I think the kind of question of like what are you going to do next year? It's always impossible to answer because each season's different. You've seen like Mark's doing really well, and he's played it really aggressively. Whereas another season, being patient could work out. I mean, everyone always has like, oh, we're going to do this differently next season, this differently, but the season never plays out like that. Is it worth to bring Lukaku in for a hit? Depends who you're taking out. Sanchez double game week in 34 will be Southampton and Sunderland. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Whenever I've played aggressively, I've got green arrows. Yeah, but this is the thing with FPL, is you'll never be able to know what might have been. You know what I mean? If you hadn't played aggressively, how do you know you wouldn't be in a higher position? I'm like not saying what you've done is bad. You just don't know. I mean, one of the big things this year, as Fozzie said, there's not really been. And there's been a slight bit, there's been a bit of a template, like Heaton in goal, Alonso in defence, and then for a lot of people it was Costa and now Ibrahimovic. There's like a kind of core. But outside of that, you can play it a bit differently. Yeah, Kareem, I can see a Lukaku question, but it really depends who you're getting rid of. I think this year has been the season of hits. Yeah, but I mean, I had a pretty good run here where I think this was November actually, when I finished top in the Mods League. No, just for November, and I took hits nearly every week. I moved up quite nicely, but then I took a -8 and I went down 140k places, so most of the good I did, I undid. And I've not taken many hits since then, and I've started rising, so I think hits have worked out, but in other weeks they haven't. But then, do you know what I mean? On someone else's team, they take a hit in the same week as me, and they get different players. So it's quite hard to say this method worked or this didn't. And obviously, the one person to look at is someone like Vieronka, who kind of plays the same tactic each year, keeps it quite safe, saves the transfer, doesn't take hits, does well every year. You can't kind of knock him. Well, yeah, there's always going to be people that don't have the tempo players and do well. But when you look at a lot of teams, they'll have, if it's not Alonso, they'll have a Chelsea defender. I mean, I think you can say that a Chelsea defender is template. And then it was Costa earlier in the season, now it's Ibra. Sanchez is a template midfielder. You'd probably say Ali and Ericsson are a one Spurs mid. Vieronka plays so boring. Well, this is another problem I suppose. Everyone likes to play. Everyone likes to play boring, and you could say the way he plays is boring, but I really would like his ranks every week. Every season. Andy G didn't have the template last year, and he did okay. Yeah, that's because he's a Leicester fan. And that's one reason he's not doing so good this year, because I think at the start he also had all those Leicester players, and now they're not doing so well. But obviously the Leicester players turned into the template. But just for some of us, like me for example, I ignored Vardy for way too long. I got Mahrez in Gameweek 3, but I ignored Vardy for ages. Success is boring. I mean, you always get players who are like, oh, hits are fun. Do you mean going for those differentials are fun? But you always see a lot of those people also getting really frustrated and annoyed when those players don't work out. So I think the thoughts of hits and differentials are fun. Like Mkhitaryan every week has been fun thinking, oh, we're about to get to Man United, they're the last game of the week, no one else has got him. Maybe this week he brings in the points, and he hasn't, so that's been no fun. If you're third in your mini league and the guy above you is blowing wildcard and bench boost, should I have hope? Of course you should. Use the wildcard for stream banter. No, I don't think so. Mr. Fenley is ahead of me. So he is 60k right now. He'll be alright as long as he doesn't blow another wild card by making 52-point hit. I don't know if Simon March is in this league. Don't think he is, so I'm not sure. I think the guy that won last year is doing awful. Like really bad. And none of FPL is fun. It does feel like that sometimes. Can certainly change your mood quite easily one way or another. I just need to really quickly step away. I'll literally be 2 minutes and I'll be back. If you're happy to wait, I'll leave the music on and just put the break thing up. 2 minutes and I'll be back. Ta-da! Yeah, so I couldn't get through any longer. I've only drank like 1.5 pints. I couldn't get through any longer. Toilet break was needed. How many millions of viewers did we lose? Really glad I got in Morales. Yeah, I looked at his stats, where he was playing. We'll see if he does well. I mean, he's 6 million, so I'm not expecting miracles. Only one game so far. Of course I wash my hands. Yeah, breaking the seal, that is not a good thing. And the other thing is, like, so I only wanted really 2 beers, but they were like 4 for a tenner, so I got 4. So I just went and got a third from the fridge. We'll see if I need it. Tactical chunder. Classic. I've never done that. I have mates that used to do that, but oh. 200k of raw egg. 50k Fozzie, nice. Alright, Karen, yeah, let's answer your question. You've asked a few times, I missed it before. Defoe, so you're bringing Lukaku in for Defoe. If you do that, it'll be for a hit, and you'll have to bench Phillips and Stanislas. I don't think that's worth a hit. So Phillips has a good fixture. Middlesbrough away is okay. Stanislas is a good fixture because this is kind of his kind of second nice fixture out of the 2. I don't think the Lukaku in for a hit to bench Phillips is probably worth it short term. But in the long term, having Lukaku instead of Defoe is going to be nice, so I can see why you'd do it. I wouldn't bench Stanislas ahead of Phillips, so if you think so. It could be a nice pick. I don't think you need to do it, but I also wouldn't begrudge you doing it either. That was classic sitting on the fence. Am I working tomorrow? Yeah, I just did 7 days in a row. Got Saturday and Sunday off, and then I'm back in for 5 days. Do I drink spirits? I like Disaronno and Coke. But I tend to drink that. Kind of like if you've been out all night drinking lager or beer, then towards the end of the night, like maybe 11, 12, that's right, 11 or 12 is towards the end of the night for me. Then I love a few Disaronnos. Because at that point, like, it's just so hard to drink more beer. And sometimes I drink Disaronno at home. I got a bottle in the kitchen which I got for Christmas. Got 2 bottles, I got 1 left. I actually quite like vodka and Fanta. I don't know if you've ever had that. It's quite refreshing actually, but vodka gives me a bit of a headache quite quickly. Has Walcott hat-trick now really threatened Giroud? I think even without the hat-trick, he was threatening Giroud. I mean, the short answer is we don't know. We can only speculate. Walcott's not missed a game where he's been injured, and been fit. So, I don't know. I'm hopeful that Giroud will play this week. After that, I'm worried enough to get rid. Plus, he has a blank, so I think maybe keep 1 more week. Yeah, to be fair, like Eskimo says, it's actually kind of... I mean, it would be nice to start saving transfers. It's kind of nice that Giroud's on the way out, because it kind of forces you to make that move. And I want Lukaku in, but I can't justify it right now for Giroud, but I can next week. So it kind of helps me out. I'm an old man. I know. I mean, it depends. I don't mind staying out later, but it depends where you are, like clubbing. Do you know what I mean? Just feel so old. Like when I went to Barcelona like 2 years ago now, my missus. I was so drunk on one of the pubs. I was dancing with basically the whole pub, one by one. We're out pretty late, but that was nice. That was just in a bar, so with some music on. I'm an old man, alright. Old before my time. JD, Amaretto and Coke. All three together. You madman. Yeah, like TM says, Welbeck's back too, so he could also be causing issues. Hate clubbing. Galway isn't good for club. Yeah, that's a good point. But to be honest, it's kind of the same anyway. It's just clubs aren't for me. By the way, Andrew, did you ask me just a minute ago about graphics on my Twitter? I don't know if you were looking, if that was to me or someone else, or even if it was you that asked. Bench Stanislas at home to Palace or Rondon away to Middlesbrough? I'd bench Rondon. Do I live in Dublin? No. I live in Galway. Is there a scout camp against this year? Don't know. Hopefully. They're good fun. Ah, okay. So that picture was actually just from... So you know the official FPL account? I assume you follow that. They do like FPL daily. And two of the comparisons this week were Baines versus Coleman and Rose versus Walker. And part of that video was to show the positions on the pitch. And obviously they were looking at the defenders, but I noticed that Ali and Morales were really far ahead. So I just paused the video and cut the image. Is Jones a rotation risk? See, I think you have to say yes, because then we've now got 4 fit centre-backs at Man United. But I do think Jones is first choice. I think kind of medium to long term, Bailly's going to be the first choice, but he's only just coming back from AFCON. So I'm not too worried about Jones right now, but you know, he's got the blank in 26. At that point, because of his price as well, he's going to be easy to get rid of. But I'm not too worried straight away. Especially as Small and Rojo both played today. Yeah, it's a really nice graphic. You're a good egg, the grandest of eggs. I like the Lindor eggs. Orange. They're good eggs. .442 is really good for average position maps. Yeah, I really need to look at them more actually. It's always very interesting. Oh jeez, hang on a second. No questions for ages, no, there's loads, hang on a sec. Am I getting the Nintendo Switch? We'll talk about that towards the end of the stream. We'll stick to FPL for now. I think we talked about the Nintendo Switch last week. I think Bailly and Jones are the first choice centre-back partnership. I agree with the chat. See, Smalling was okay last season, but I think actually Jones is better than people give him credit for. The problem with Jones is, when he defends sometimes, he looks so clumsy. Even if the action he's doing isn't clumsy, he just looks clumsy. In your game week ahead video, you had Walcott in front of a gate. I'll be completely honest. I like doing the graphics in those videos where I cut the player out of another image and stick him just on top of the whole thing. But that takes quite a lot of time to do that for every single one. So I just stole a picture from the Arsenal Twitter account. No other reason than that. You flicked between Ali, Kane, Sanchez and Ibra all in one stream. Yeah, captain's not that tough, I don't. Well, for me, I'm Sanchez and job done. Okay, you missed Giroud chat earlier on. Very quickly, what to do with him. I think you hold him for 1 week and then you get Lukaku in. That's what I'm doing anyway. I think a lot of fans think that Jones is first choice. Well, yeah, I think he's first choice with Bailly. I think Bailly is the main man. Am I tempted to captain Ibra? Yeah, I mean, Ibra's done well. He's not been blanking that much. Hull at home is a good fixture, but I just think Sanchez also has a very good fixture, so I'm going with him. It's just one of those things. Do you know what I mean? It's not that Ibra is a bad option. I just think that Sanchez is a better option for my team. We don't know if Kane's going to play. It sounds likely, but we need to wait for the press conferences. I like that they bought up the Nintendo Switch, by the way. I really like video games. I'm actually thinking of maybe doing some game streams as well, not instead of as well. I just don't know how well they'll go down if I do them on the same channel. I know sometimes people get annoyed if it's like coming to this channel for FPL and then suddenly there's a video game video up. I'll see. Well, I need to get another piece of equipment to do that, so I'm working on that. Yeah, we can get Zelda for the Wii U. You still think Valencia is the best option if going for Man United defence? Yeah, I mean he's nailed, so but he just cost a bit more. Watford Dyer, Sanchez captain, yeah. Battlefield. Yeah, maybe I've got Battlefield. Good game this year. I like FIFA. I think for streaming, FIFA would be good for me, to be honest. I don't know if any of you played The Division. We were really tempted to go back to that recently. Okay, keep it separate channels. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll see. Like I said, it won't be a case of me streaming a video game instead of doing this on a Friday or a Sunday. It'll be like maybe bonus or whatever. So like one Saturday recently, Mrs. was out, I had nothing, wasn't really doing much in the house, I was thinking about streaming. We'll see. Yeah, where is this? Sorry, I'm losing the questions. Oh, I mentioned in my video maybe going back to 3-4-3. So it's tough right now to know with the blanks, but I suppose Lukaku, Ibra, and one other. So if I'm getting rid of Mkhitaryan for Tom Carr, I could maybe even, I think, afford someone like Kane or Costa. But I can't tell you now exactly who I get. There's too much other things to consider. Jamie, anyone tempted to captain Ali? Yeah, I think so. I think a few people are. Sanchez is quite safe for me. I'm just making a very boring pick. Have you played much of the Division recently? I've not played for a while, but I did enjoy it. The problem I had was that anyone I knew that got it just stopped playing, and playing it on your own is a bit boring. Thought Valencia would get more attacking returns. He's been better this year going forward, but he still really annoys me. I think he's got the pace and the skill to go past players more, but he always cuts in. Really annoying. How long do these streams usually last? I don't know. I usually think I'll stream for about an hour and a half, and then suddenly it gets to 2 hours, and I think I should probably turn off soon. Really depends. I usually set a start time, and then there'll always be at least an hour usually. But I think most of them have gone on for at least an hour and a half. I mean, the longest one is 2 hours and 20 minutes. Depends really. Baines, Jones, Brunt, Alonso. Do you start them all? Yeah, probably. Depends who else you got, but they all look good. Who's double Spurs mid and Kane better than one in defence mid and strike position? That depends who the other options are in the scenarios. If that makes sense. So let's say you've got Ali and Ericsson for sure, and then you're looking at, say, Rose and Costa versus Alonso and Kane, and it's easier to choose. Compare Kante in FIFA 17 to Kante in FPR. He's a beast in FIFA, isn't he? Isn't Kean pronounced Kane? No, I think it's Kean. Trust me, Irish names are annoying. Sorry, let me rephrase. Irish names aren't annoying. Getting used to how they're pronounced can be annoying. Or difficult for an Englishman like myself. There's some really weird spellings actually for Irish names. Maybe we'll do an Irish name stream. Six Nations fantasy. I have no interest in that. Plus, I think if you heard a really Irish old guy pronounce Kean, it would probably be Kane, the way he says it. You're proper Irish out in the country. Oh, Jesus, Ken. TADHG. Is that... would it just be tar? I want to say tar. The worst things about Irish like street names and stuff is when you when you live here, when you have to call a taxi, and you basically just spend like the first 5 to 10. Oh, my missus is watching. She's just messaged me and laughed that pronouncing that tar. Tada? Oh, Jesus, this is really bad. Thai? Ah. Oh. But yeah, the first 5 to 10 taxi calls, you just you end up spelling the street name out because you just can't pronounce it. So how do you pronounce it? Sorry. Tige. Tige. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, I don't even know I can get it now. You've told me how to do it. Oh, FPL questions. Sorry, I thought we were turning this into Irish lessons. Hey, the topic's swaying away from FPL. It's not to do with the beers. It's to do with the chat. I've had to do that for some of the videos, actually. I've been doing, obviously, not Irish names, but, like, you say a name, you think, shit, is that actually how it's pronounced? You have to go and check. I think I played Brunt against Middlesbrough, then Maury against Stoke. See you later, Eskimo. Catch you on the next stream. Yeah, I'd say Mane will probably be on the bench for the next game, but surely he's going to be back first team soon. Watch the field, okay. I'll put that down on my movies I've never watched list, which is huge. Actually, I don't know how Mane looked in African Cup of Nations. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Worth to bring in Mane for game week 24 for Pogba. I want to say no, because Pogba has Leicester away and Watford at home, and Liverpool don't. Hull away and Spurs at home. I don't know. I'd personally rather keep the transfer, I think. Would you get Funes Mori for 11 for a hit, even if you would do it in game week 24 for a hit anyway? So what you're saying is whether you do it this week or next, it's going to be for a hit. And I guess you'd probably just do it. But if Liverpool aren't going to blank, is Lovren the worst player to keep? Yeah, he probably is, isn't he? But I mean, why do you need Lovren? Are the other defenders that bad that you really need Funes Mori in? Zaha for Stanislas game at 24. Yeah, that could be a nice move. I think Stanislas looked really good like a week or so ago, but he's just about to play kind of his second good game out of the two that he had, and then they're not great after that. I support Man United, Daniel. Oh, you need money. Okay, fair enough. That Alonso, Brent, yeah, Jones. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Let's have a look at Torres' Magic team. Let's see where he's going wrong this season. Look at that, he's not even in the top 1k. Awful. Oh, okay, so you've done Hazard to Ali, haven't you? That's freed up money. So what do you need the money for? Defoe to who? Yeah, what do you need the money for? Double up on Baines and Cole because of no blank, or go Cole and Alonso. So Joe Friday, it depends who you've already got. So if you've already, I would probably assume you've already got Alonso, so there's no need to switch. Wait until we know who's going to blank in 28. My good friend is going to wildcard. Let him wildcard. That's good for you. It might work out for him. But I personally don't think it's good. He has so much deadwood. Yeah, that's fair enough. Is it salvageable? 3982. Yeah, I don't think anyone sent me their team today. Which, to be honest, has worked out quite nicely, because I think sometimes when we do teams, I'm kind of taken away from the chat, so... But as we're winding down, we'll have a quick look. Oh, shit. I guarantee you this guy, right, saying he wants to wildcard, I bet his team's great. Not great, but... Okay, so straight away I don't see, like... That team does not need to be wildcarded. I don't know if anyone in chat would disagree. But even an initial look, Alonso and Valencia are fine for now. I mean, you've got triple Man United, or this guy's got triple United like me. So that's going to be an issue in Game Week 26 when they blank. But you've got no Arsenal players, Southampton or Man City, so you could bench all of those. Rondon's not going to blank. West Brom have got nice fixtures. Costa and Libra looking pretty good still. Yeah, a little bit of surgery for sure. I don't think many people would advise you to wildcard that team, as you can see in the chat. I don't want to start checking everyone's team to see if they should wildcard. I'm telling you now, I don't even need to check your team to tell you it doesn't need a wildcard. Oh, that Sunderland defender. Is it Dilaboji? Niang, I don't think he's been priced up yet. I said on Twitter, the only reason I consider him is because he's really good in FIFA. Let's see what price he is. I don't know, I wouldn't get him in straight away. Yeah, I'm not saying that team is perfect, and I think there's players you could change and that are missing. Yeah, do what Ken has done. Don't wildcard, but when you make a transfer, keep in mind of the blanks. You don't want to, like, most of us have got Sanchez, and obviously he's a great option, but bringing him in now, when you probably need a bit of surgery anyway, probably isn't the best idea. Okay, I'll check one more team for a wildcard, even though... Even though I know you won't need to wildcard. Oh shit, that's not worked. You probably have a better team than me. Yeah, like every time this happens, I think people they almost want a wildcard. Look at that defence. You've got defenders that people are looking at. Holgate, Brunt, Baines, Alonso, all great. Pogba, I think he could be good. Obviously, you'd probably rather have Sanchez in there, but the next couple of fixtures, Pogba decent enough. Stanislas good, Ali's good, Phillips is good. You got any money in the bank? 2.4 million. So Defoe could become Lukaku. That's a nice team. You don't need to wildcard. Not even close. That team's arguably better than mine. And I think my team looks pretty good this week. Okay, I'm now empty. This is at the point of the stream where I either have to end it here or open the third beer. You're just a good manager. Oh, so much modesty. Now, I should open the third, but I also kind of told my missus I'd shut this off at 10:30. It's now 11:20. This always happens every week. Brush your teeth. That's later on. I'm bottling what? Don't mind the missus. The problem is I think she's watching. Yeah, she is watching because she was laughing at my Irish. She's Irish, so she knew exactly how to pronounce that word earlier. So she was laughing at me. I'm so far behind in the comments. It's going so fast right now. Okay, we're pouring. Now, I won't promise that I'll be on before this beer is finished, but stay on for a few more minutes. Why did I give her the link? She knows the channel. What's her team like? She doesn't have a team. I don't think I ever wanted to get her a team because I know she'll beat me. Oh, I've really... Look at this. I have properly screwed that up. That's not even worth drinking. Jesus Christ. I tweeted you. Yeah, you're not mistaken. You did tweet me. What time do I start work? 9 o'clock, but I gotta be up at like 20 to 7. Oh, that's not gonna go down anytime soon either. Fuck. Okay, let's have a look at Salah's team quick. Hopefully there's a question. Get a straw out, yeah, that could help. Oh, you've got Tom Davis in. Wait, what's the question? Oh, you want me to look at your team? Yeah, looks fine. You still got Stones though, come on. At some point you must have a free transfer for him, surely. Surely. Okay, I think I'm just going to have to start drinking before I put the rest in. Okay, not so bad. Could have been a lot worse. Oh yeah, Nino, so to answer your question, I don't think I'm going to get a Switch, Nintendo Switch. I just won't play the games on it. And my favourite Zelda game? Never played a Zelda game. Ken, you felt noticeably happier when you didn't have to look at stones. Yeah, I think sometimes like I've made transfers like that before. Just get rid of someone just so I don't have to look at them. Even if long term, I'm sure Salah's done well because he's kept him in the team and just worried about transfers elsewhere. What would stop me doing Giroud to Lukaku? A Lukaku injury? I mean, if you're talking this week, the fact that Giroud will probably play and he's playing Watford at home. Longer term, like I'm looking at Lukaku next week, I don't think much can stop me, to be honest, apart from an injury. Yeah, Evans has been a really poor purchase. Obviously, there's been a bit of luck. Or sorry, I suppose owners have been unlucky. Because at the time when people were looking at him, Neome was cheaper. Or when I looked at him, for example, Neome was cheaper. Brunt was a bit more expensive, but was probably going to play out of position. And McCauley had goal for it. And Evans just looked so poor. Stones is going to be a vital FPL player. And maybe next season. Kane captain too risky with his knock. For now, yes, but let's wait and see what Pochettino says. Could say he's fine. I don't think there's... It'd have to be pretty bad for him not to start. If he's in any way fit, he's going to play, I think. How did I meet Mark and Jonty? I was a moderator on Fantasy Football Scout, and I was chatting to Johnny one day, and we mentioned coming on to the Scoutcast one day, and then someone couldn't make it, I think. So he said, could I come on that week? And I did, and then I've kind of hung around like a bad smell ever since. Hazard or Costa captain this week? Hang on, who are they playing? I feel like I should know this because I've just... Oh, they're playing Liverpool away, right? You must have a better captain option than Costa or Hazard, surely. How do we become mods? posted a lot. Like flag stuff up, etc, etc. Eventually got asked. Yeah, it might have been Granville who couldn't make it that week. I can't remember. It was last season, so I guess, yeah, it probably was. Does Mark do a live stream? Nope. I do want to get him on here one day, though. He does the stuff for the official FPL account, though. So you'll see him on like Twitter answering questions and stuff, which is cool. And he does like a Facebook live chat as well. Yeah, TM always makes out like we won't be able to just understand his voice, but I'm sure he's fine. Can't be any worse than me, come on. Yeah, he was in the last stream for a bit at the start. I think he watches the odd one, not maybe the whole way through, but he's probably hiding, because as soon as he shows his face, you guys will ask him loads of questions. But I would like to get him on here. You watch Neighbours. I genuinely used to watch Neighbours religiously, every episode. I used to have like, when I was 18, I was still living at home. I used to have Sky Plus in my room. And I used to have Neighbours on Series Link. I watched it ever since I was like a kid up until, don't know really. It's probably been like a good 5 years or so now since I watched it. Maybe even more. I used to love Neighbours. Baines or Coleman, which one would you go for? I'd probably still go for Baines, but they're both good options. I actually saw, I think it was a tweet or something the other day about D coming back. Can't believe it. Home and away or Neighbours? Neighbours for me. Thoughts on D Bliss returning? I can't believe there's so many people that know what's going on in Neighbours. I mean, D returning is a bit like Harold returning out of the blue. Or like after a long spell out. Neighbours from Australia, of course. Oh my god, you all watch it. Actually, it's funny you say that UK people love Aussie show. Well, it's not UK. My little boy loves Master Chef Australia. I'm trying to go and watch old episodes of Neighbours now. No, I can't actually, there's so much Neighbours talk now in the chat that I can't actually see any FPL questions. A Neighbours dedication stream. Good do you know? Okay, so music on stream was pretty 50-50 in the end. I don't know how many people voted, but it's 56% said yes, 43 said no. So I think next time I will probably not do the music, because I figure if people want music they can just put it on themselves. But we'll see. If you have any strong views either way, let me know on Twitter. And also, if you haven't already and you're watching, you haven't subbed, make sure you sub to the channel. What did the other 1% say? Oh yeah, good point. I don't know. Abstained. TM says no, so we'll definitely have the music. And we'll crank it up. Something like that anyway. Yeah, it's probably, it's like 50-50. I know like everyone's saying no right now, but people have asked me before to put music on. I'll probably get done now for playing that. In fact, I have to. I have to put a link to their channel in the description. Always I forget. A robot to that music. Hell yeah, if Crouch gets a hat trick or something for me, we'll robot to that music. There's a tweet here from Arsenal. Alexis Sanchez averages a goal or assist every 77 minutes in all competitions. I'm sure it's not quite that good in the Premier League, but decent. What did you mean flag comments on the FFS website? So there's an option to flag a comment, and you can put in... Most people use it for bad stuff, so if there's a post that shouldn't be there, they'll flag it and that reports it to all the moderators. But you can use it for good stuff as well. People do use it for good stuff, to be fair. To say, like, hot topic this or whatever. I think team value will actually give people an advantage. All depends on who's going to be in the double game weeks. I think that's where we're really going to see it. If you can pack your team through with big hitters, like if Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United are all going to have double game weeks, I think that could be an advantage. But there's always differentials you can look at. Obviously, you can only play 11 players at the end of the day. Right, unless anyone has any last minute burning questions, FPL or otherwise, let me know. Oh yeah, 15 with the bench boost. Very good point. What is life? I don't have anywhere near enough time to chat about that. No, you don't flag. No. Tweet me if you want to know more about flagging. Sanchez or Ibra captain? I'm captain in Sanchez. Oh, we're up to 372 subscribers now. Nice. When will I broadcast my next stream? Probably Friday. Before the next... I don't know actually. It might be nice to do it on Thursday. The one reason I like doing it Friday is because the press conferences will all have been, but people aren't so readily available on a Friday, so I might do it Thursday. What do you think? And it has to be after the current game week and obviously before the next one, so Thursday or Friday. Friday's when I've mainly done it before. I do like the fact the press conference is gone, but obviously people need their weekend. Is there a Scoutcast on Tuesday? I don't know yet. You'll have to keep an eye on the Twitter account. After presses on Friday. I mean, it's going to be evening either way. Cock Kids Friday's fine, yeah. Okay, Friday's still looking good. I might put a poll out on Twitter. Anyway, that is it for me. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit the thumbs up on the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. Obviously, if you want to follow me on Twitter if you're not already, that's where I'll announce the next stream. It'll probably be Friday. I don't know what time. Might be Thursday. We'll see. That's my Twitter account if you want to come and follow me and watch me tweet rubbish as well as talk rubbish on here. Anyway, hitting the button now. Catch you guys later on. Bye.